Alright, here we go, folks. We're back for round 2 tonight. Just concluded the great Edmund Fitzgerald Porter. Now, for your viewing pleasure and delight, as Dave would say, we have another great beer from Great Lakes. This is Great Lakes Eliot Ness. Eliot Ness was a good shot of that. It's an amber lager, checking in at 6.1% by volume. 6.1% with 27 IBUs. Admittedly, it's a bit of a paradox to name our amber lager for history's most famous agent of prohibition, but it's a smooth malty, and dare we say, a resting paradox. Yeah, this is again, I mentioned this last week when I did Mount Carmel Amber Ale, second Amber Ale I've reviewed. Probably my 2 favorite here. Let's go ahead and get this off and get it going. This is a tremendous amber, 6.1. So a little buzz here, drinking some water, and just listen to the tragic song that Edmund Fitzgerald, Word and Light, but it's a tearjerker, folks. You have to listen to that song and drink that beer. But here's our Great Lakes bottle cap, tight seal there. Boy, I'm racking these up, man. And again, one more look at the Eliot Ness, the Prohibition. Another great thing. Let's go with the Cleveland, the city of Cleveland there with the history. 50 West glass, rinsed out thoroughly. Great Lakes glass, we're at home. Let's get the pour and get this one going. We're going on some thin ice here with the weather. It's pretty dark. I didn't think there was anything coming this afternoon or evening. I said overnight, but maybe bumped up. I wasn't on the radar. I didn't expect much. Here's the pour. Look at that color. A deep amber color. This is an amber ale. Carbonated, lovely, some lacing. This is a great beer as well, folks. I mean, I'm excited. You know, I've had this beer, like I said, hundreds of times. Everything in this, and really every Great Lakes beer I've tried most, dozens, hundreds of times. This one, no exception. I wanted to drink this, so I heard the Amber of Mount Carmel last Wednesday. I wanted to drink this and kind of get another comparison on it. But yeah, great lacing. A lot of malt. Yeah, a lot of malt on the aroma. A lot of malt there. There's some Cascade hops as well, but this is a malt beer. Like a little bit of Cascade hops in the back end there. The finish. So here we go. Cheers on the Eliot Ness. Yeah, smooth. It's a classic amber taste. A lot of malt, really some sweetness in there as well. Some sweet malt. Light on the biscuit malt for an amber. This isn't amber, but I guess you would go with 2 styles of ambers. This does not have the biscuit malt that New Belgium's Fat Tire has, or that Boston Lager has. It has. It doesn't sound here what it was brewed with. I would say probably 4 rose malt or some Harrington malt perhaps, but it is a malt bomb. Very good, smooth, easy. I mean, this is a smooth amber. Having this and comparing this to the Mount Carmel amber, I have to, unfortunately, and of course everyone's going to say knew this, choose just this Great Lakes Eliot Ness, and I'm not in any way knocking Mount Carmel. That is probably my second favorite amber, and it was not an easy decision. I just think this has a little more flavor than the Mount Carmel, and it's not by a lot. It was a very close, maybe a 52-48 split if I had to choose here. But this is both the tremendous ambers. Everybody's gonna say, "Well, step out for Great Lakes," and maybe I am, but it's just damn good beer. Get another swig of this. I'm gonna rate this an A as well. I've had this, like I said, 100 times. It's probably the best amber today. I mean, I still do like Fat Tire. That's probably my 3rd favorite amber behind Mount Carmel, and you know, I'm always gonna. And anybody has Fat Tire in any restaurant, and if you can't get Eliot Ness, which that's a pretty viable option as well, because Mount Carmel is such a small local brewery. Not a lot of people tend to have that outside of our Jungle Gyms or maybe Kroger or Myers. So if you're going out to a restaurant or even a store outside the area, Eliot Ness or Fat Tire, but if as an amber ale. But one more swig of this here. Get back to watching the Red Legs get shellacked in St. Louis. Finnegan, not a good return. St. Louis Bailey getting shellacked. What do you expect, though? It's Reds baseball. It's Cincinnati. We expect and we ultimately like losing. So, you know, nothing you can do about it. But yeah, get another sip here on this Eliot Ness. Wow. It is a malt bomb, and of course I got some water here. It's going from almost a chug of porter to like a malt, so the flavors are mixing here. But there you go. Again, I'm not really about this beer. Another flagship. This comes in the regular variety pack, the Brewing River, the Dortmund, the Edmund, and the Eliot. These 4 sold year-round. You can get them in 6-packs, even 12-packs. That's if you go up north. 6-packs and in this variety pack. And again, just the consistency. I cannot say it enough. I could review this in 3 years from now. Or I could review it in 2014. It's going to have the same taste. And I went as far as someone telling me that Great Lakes Brewing has some scientists up there. I did not see that. Of course, I didn't go on a tour or go to where they actually brewed. We did use the brew pub last year. And you know what? They might. Just for someone, I say scientists, not Nazi words. I'm talking about scientists with the pressure and the temperature and the fermenting, because they almost have to have scientists in there that can just get this, because they are brewing stuff so consistently. So do it. I mean, it's really such art what these guys are able to do with their core beers. I mean, the consistency. I don't know another brewery in the country. I mean, I've had Sam Adams Spots and Lager. I've had Fat Tire. I've had Yingling that tasted just different at different times. And I'm knocking that, because it is so hard to do. Anybody that's brewed beer knows that it is extremely challenging and difficult to keep brewing the same taste and quality. It is not easy, and it's a special feed. And these guys continue to do it. And cheers to the boys at Great Lakes. I mean, I don't know why people don't. Cincinnati, and again, I'm going to say Cincinnati is so loyal, and I love it. They're loyal and they respect their own. But I really wish people in this town would take a minute to appreciate the greatness of this brewery. And I think because it is Cleveland, and because they just love their own brewery so much, and I'm not knocking either side of it. I mean, you want to love your own breweries, that's great. We're doing great things in this city with the amount of breweries, and Ryan Geist is blown up, and they've got such a big following. Listerman's done some great things. 50 West and Taps, I love them both to death. Can't knock Rivertown. They've had some tremendous beers. Urban Artifacts made some nice beers as well. You can't. Even our boys up in Hamilton, Municipal Brewworks, have done a fine job. So you can't. You have to support local breweries, and that's what it comes down to. But these guys, no respect, at least for people in Cincinnati, and I don't understand that. But again, to each his own. But I think it's because they don't do a lot of new brewers, and that is it. I mean, if you're a young kid that's 23, 24 into craft beer, if you're a young guy that's into craft beer and you're 35 and you were drinking this 12 years ago and Great Lakes is still brewing it, you're going to say, well, where's something new? There's an argument for that. I said that in my first Great Lakes review. But keep drinking this good beer, man. It's selling. Any broke don't fix it. I like variety as well, but this is my 14th review here. 9th Great Lakes review that I've done, number 9 on this Eliot Ness. And I've got at least 6 more I want to do. The Turntable Pills, Steady Rolling Session IPA, and of course the Nosferatu Christmas Ale, Oktoberfest, and my favorite, perhaps, Great Lakes beer, Blackout Stout. And that's a tough choice for the Christmas Ale. And after drinking this fresh Edmund Fitzgerald Porter a half hour ago, that's got to be on that list. Amber's up there as well, just a tremendous company. But that's going to wrap it up for Great Lakes. It's an A beer for me, another 93, 94 out of 100 for Eliot Ness. And the cool logo out of the bottle there. But that's going to do it for Great Lakes Brewing. It's been a lot of fun drinking what I still think is the best brewery in Ohio. I thoroughly enjoyed 7 of these 9 beers. 2 that I did not particularly care for, and that would be the Oats McDonald and the Dortmunder. But the other 7 of the other 9 were really good. I'd say 3 of those were good, and then the other 4 were great. I threw this, the Edmund, the Hot Pine Numbers, and the Holy Moses is great. And then I put the Burning River, the Hot Madness, and the Lightkeeper as good. So 4 great, 3 good, and then 2 kind of average or below average on my Great Lakes 9 reviews. So 9 down for Great Lakes. Like I said, at least 6 more, probably more if I see them. But that's going to do it. Cheers again. Thank you everyone for watching. And we made it through another Monday. For a lot of many people, big holiday weekend coming up, 4th of July. We got a Monday down. So we're getting one step closer, folks. But cheers, and hope to see you all tomorrow with New Highland Brewing Company. And again, cheers, and it's been fun reviewing Ohio's best brewery. Until tomorrow, see you.